I'm There you go, ladies and gentlemen, viewers at home, listeners at home, wherever you are, all around the world, I send you good wishes today, the 19th day of December, the year 2020. And it's getting close to Christmas. Again, I have to wish you Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year in advance. If you are just tuning in, this is the Joban Idele-Ero show happening live on Facebook. We are about to begin the show, and I want you all to be part of today's show. Please bear with me. Today is another great day, and I have a great guest already in the house waiting for us to get it started. So please be patient with us. Be patient with us, and and be part of the show. That's all we ask of you, and be generous enough, to join us, to contribute, one way or the other. Just air your view. We'll put you on air if that's what you want to do. If you want to make your contribution through, just maybe go to the chat line and make your contributions, you are also welcome to do that. So we are about to begin. I want to introduce to you in just a minute my special guest today, all the way from Europe. He's a man, a great man of high reputation. He's well known all over the world, in Nigeria, particularly in our state, Edo State, and he's a figure that to be reckoned with. Right there where he is, also he's doing pretty well. He's one of those also who show concern, have a passion for the people, for the development of the human services in our country, Nigeria, and generally somebody who wants progress for that country, especially our state, Edo State, Nigeria. Introducing to you right away is Mr. He has he has a big title, but I'm going to just introduce it to you the way he is. This is Mr. Friday Igbinomaya. Welcome to the show, sir. Can you please say hi to the audience? I'm going to start the music because we have enough of that. Please introduce yourself to the people. Mr. Igbinomaya.
Yeah, I greet you all in the name of the Most High God and the good people and leaders of Edo Nation. I'm particularly happy to be on this very program this evening. Thank you.
Thank you so much. Once again, you are not going to be able to see Mr. Igbinomaya here on video. You're going to be hearing his voice, but his video is being recorded in the studio. I'm going to bring that version to you later as usual. So once we finish the program, I will bring the full version of the recorded version of it so you can see who you've been talking to. So again, we are still having the technicalities here in the studio. We're still working on it. It's not my fault. It's not his fault. It's just a technical fault that they are working on, So the crew is working on it. It's not yet fixed. Once that gets fixed, we'll come back again. As usual, you'll be seeing the video of who you talk to, who you're talking to in the studio. But in the meantime, like I assure you, it is fully recorded, and we're going to bring you the full version of that recording. Now, we're going to get started. Um, thank you so much, my sister Patience in above for that compliment. She liked the music that we played on the intro to this program. Mr. Igbonawaya, we have a topic in front of us today. Nigeria economic and political situation. Who are we to blame? Is it the leadership? Is it the system? And is it the ordinary person in the street, the voters? So, who are we to blame? The system is there on its own. The leadership is there on its own. And the people also who chose the leaders. Now, who are we to blame? Is the question that we are asking in this program today. And we are asking our audience, wherever you are, all over the world, you could be in America, you could be in Europe, you could be in Nigeria, be part of this show. It's your show. We are bringing it to you so that you can be part of it and make a suggestion, bring your opinion, the way forward for us to fix the decadence of that country. There's a lot of, is it moral decadence or many things that has been going wrong in that country. We need to fix it. There's nobody else that is coming to fix it for us. The white folks, those who colonized us in the past, are not coming to fix it for us. It is still going to be our own responsibility to get all these things fixed. So that's why today we are bringing this topic for us to be everybody. It's for everybody, not just me and Mr. Ibuno here alone. But we can say our own. That doesn't mean that is what it's going to take to fix it. But at least we will try our best to make our suggestion. Mr. Ibuno, coming to you.
Thank you. Thank you, Dr. Idele-Ero.
Yes.
I call you Dr. Idele-Ero because of the wording of this evening's topic. I think it is quite interesting. Nigeria political and economic problems. Who is to be blamed? I think if we have to take it totally, everything seems to the high heaven. Every part of Nigeria, the land, the river, the people, they have a part in this very wrong system. Let me bring a kind of introduction in a societal manner. The building block of a nation is the family. Today, most families are not like the family we have yesteryear. A lot of moral decadence and evil acts. We have it in the family. A lot of parents tell their children to native doctor to go and do medicine for gun protection. For what? What do they expect? Then today, many children go back home with things their father have never labored for. They don't get it. But the parent never asks, how do you have this thing, my son or my daughter? Then the family has this a very, very big one problem. Then the society bears heavily on the individual because the individual is born into society, grew up in the society, and die in the society. Today, we applaud people that hammer, who made it without knowing how he makes it. That is the people that are being celebrated today.
So when you say people
The
that hammer, what
society
does that
has
mean?
collapsed.
Sorry, Mr. Ibinoma, I got to cut you there. When you
Yeah.
say people that hammer, what can you break that language?
Yeah, yeah, it is. I think it's a new language in Nigeria context. Hammering is a getting wet illegally by cheating or deceiving others. Hammering, it don't hammer. Yeah, it don't make her. But people who celebrate those that have hammered, they lack the moral quotient to speak the truth to any outlaw or person against the will of the society. Then the government, I think that will be the main topic of today. The government have not only failed, I think the government in most part of Nigeria today, from the central to the local, I think is more or less dead. Nobody talk much about the government because the expectation from them is becoming very low. It's like a recurring decimal that they are going there for their own pocket. Then another
Okay.
thing is you mentioned the voters. No, most of the people you see in the offices today, most of them, they are not actually the will of the people. The will of the people have been subverted many times through election rigging and other electionary malpractices. That's how they are there. How many times have the will of the people have really spoken in Nigeria? Apart from the recently held Edo State governorship election, when the people resolved unequivocally that nothing can change it, they came, voted, defended their vote, and we saw Obaseki as re-elected governor of Edo State. I think it's the only one which the Nigeria, as of today, can proudly say that it was a free and fair election, where they were not able to change the will of the people. That is a kind of the prelude. Laura said, today, let us see the real problem, which is political, economic failure. As you said, who is to be blamed? All that I'm going to say is entitled to my opinion. Others have their own opinion. And I believe there's no one way to a problem. The way I might view it might be quite different from the way other millions of people will view it, depending. I have heard and I have read in newspapers, TV shows that our leaders are bad, they are the problems of Nigeria. Yes, I will agree, they have their own problems, they really cost. But to me, I will not toe that line today. If we have settled, since independence, our leaders have not been very fair to us. Do we reserve the right to think otherwise? Yes, we do. Yes, we do. Then how far have we done? That is $1 billion question mark. Then today, in Nigeria political system or administrative system, you have the executive. Nigeria and any other parts of the world, you have the executive. At the federal level, you have the president. At the state, you have the governor. At the local government, you have the chairman. Then let us look at that. Is the executive play the role of executive? Yeah, they are the organ of the house. Let me borrow that word. To some extent, they are playing their role as the head organ of the house. The another arms of government is the legislator. This legislator they are given the mandate to make law for the nation, how things should be done, what we have to do, and what we should not. That is the do's and the don'ts. Then today, our legislators, where are they? Tell me the law they are making. How are the laws affecting the common man? Most of these things rest in their table. Then the last arms of government is the judiciary, which do we call the hope of a common man. Today, I borrowed this word from Wiki, is the judiciary the hope of a common man? When cases in court today are being determined by the volume of the exchange of money bars, Ghana must go, Nigeria language. Maybe you might not find that one in the English dictionary. But in Nigeria, man will understand what you mean by Ghana must go. Depend on the volume and the number that exchange hands to determine the outcome of a case. I think I want to dig squarely on the legislator. The legislator, they're supposed to be honorable and legislate good laws that will govern the executive behavior and the people. But today, they are always sitting in the various chambers at the federal, state, and local government for their own comfort, personal comfort. They will go there, think of the number of cars, how to acquire land and wealth, without making a concrete law that will carry the nation Nigeria forward. During Jonathan, it was well said in the newspaper that it is very expensive to legislate in Nigeria. This thing came from the mouthpiece of a former central bank governor. To make a law in Nigeria at the federal level will cost $1 billion to make one law. So if we are expecting maybe 10 laws in a year, that will cost 10 billion. The idea of this very politicking is to sit down together, reason out certain things, and fine-tune it, and get the best option that will serve the generality of the purpose, and not to make laws that will make them return to the chamber after 4 years, or how to appropriate monies to their pocket. Constituency project, oversight functioning, these are laws they go there. They politicize their office so that they now get access to where we have the big fishes in the ocean of Nigeria. Imagine a medical doctor, or let me use this word now, a very clear one, even without mentioning name. We have a lawyer, a barrister, as the Minister of Works in Nigeria. I don't know how much he knows about it. Because we understood that in that ministry, it is full of eguje, kickback. Then you see a medical doctor will go and be vying to become a minister of agriculture. Are they actually out to serve? So in the legislature, if the legislators have really legislated that any person appointed into office should have a technical know-how of his area of specialization. It's like Nigeria as of today. It is not what you know, but who you know. If I have read the ROK, religious knowledge in the university. Because I have that degree, it qualifies me to become a minister of defense, even without knowing how to handle a gun, or even I have not seen it before. So Nigeria, everything seems to the high heaven, as I have said before. The legislator, I think it is time we should shift the appropriation of blame to the leader, the executive alone. There are other areas that where we really that need to do the needful, that have abandoned their offices. The executive have been able to pocket these very legislators. They dictate to them. If you want to get this, do this. If you don't want to do it, go and do that. But if the legislators of they're supposed to be an independent body, if they have lived up to their expectation, the executive cannot be corrupt the way we are seeing today. And go down to the line again. The hope of a common man. And we've been told that all men are equal before the law. In some places, not in Nigeria. Though I remember George Orwell, the man that wrote the book Animal Farm, said all animals are equal, but some are more equal than others. Yes. Sometimes this sentiment comes in like that. It comes in, we know. But let the majority of this activity carry the day. The common man is no longer interested about the Nigerian nation because their representative never represents them. The executive are not executing anything for them. And the judiciary, we're supposed to give them hope. They've lost the hope before coming to the court side. So Nigeria, actually, I would not like to use the word a fail. It's near a fail state, because nothing seems to be working. But with the level of intelligence we have there and the population, Nigeria can be turned around within 4 years, and it will be a place of our dream.
Okay, well, thank you so much for that, Mr. Igbonowa here. You spoke very well. I hope that the listeners are following you. They are following your trend. What you say here is basically, even though you say it's your opinion, I think it is the opinion of many out there. I can tell you, I can assure you that is the way we all feel. Many people do not put the blame on the people because they have little or no part to play, even though it is a democratic system, but they have little or no part to play in it because why? The political gladiators, that occupies the corridor of power, those people are out there to manipulate things, manipulate their ways, manipulate everything. So the people are, they are handicapped. Whatever they get, whatever they see is what they get. So they have no choice because why? They are not in charge. So therefore, the bulk of the blame goes to the leadership. The bulk of the blame goes to the leadership and the system. Where is the system coming from? The system basically is from the Constitution. Let's start with the Constitution right there. The Nigeria Constitution is, I don't want to say it is written, it's by, people who wrote it were biased. People who wrote it were selfish. People who wrote it actually did not take into consideration many things, they did not. So, and that is where the problem started. You talk about the legislature, the executive, the judiciary, right? These three arms of government is what actually form a government. We all know that. Before it comes down to the fourth tier, which is the people themselves, right? Basically, the three arms that form the government, they have failed us in that country, in Nigeria. I can tell you, they have failed us, woefully. Why? Because they do not, put into consideration a lot of things. They are not considering the people, like you said, is their own pocket. They are considering their own pocket. So, therefore, the people have no part to play in it, which is not supposed to be. So that is why we are here today to offer solution to how all these problems will be solved, starting from the Constitution down to the institutions. So something got to be done. Something got to be done. Now I'm going to ask you again to kind of expand it a little bit. I know you have something to say now. You kind of eager to say something, probably based on what I'm saying. You have something to say regarding that.
Yeah.
I'm going to give you the opportunity to do that. Then before I go to the next question, you want to respond to what I am saying here.
Thank you. I just want to make a little addendum to just what you have just said. Like during the colonial period, we have a law that governs the nation at that time. But one of our very, very illustrious father of blessed memory, Idele-Ero, he stood up, he raised a motion for Nigeria independence. If he never suggested or raised that motion, maybe Nigeria wouldn't have gotten independence as it did. But if the Constitution is written by one professor to Abacha, 1999, more than 2 decades now, every time we have this very legislator from almost a corner of Nigeria, are they blind to it? Why then now revoke it and come up with a new constitution?
Okay, go ahead.
That is the failure they have faced. Because they are not our representative.
Okay.
Most of them are there, not on merit of the will of the people, but by the die heart of the actions of the cabal. I want to look, let me put a question in an open domain now where everybody can listen. If I'm contesting for a president for Nigeria, why should I go and hustle here and there? For a chairman of a local government or a councillor must be from the same party with me. This is brothers in crime. They want to have everything one-sided so that when anything goes wrong, nobody will complain. It doesn't mean you must have a majority in the house before you work as an executive. Come up with a good idea, give it to the house. If they see anything good in it, they pass it. If they see anything good in it and they vote against it, in the next election, that representative will not win election in a civilized world. But Nigeria, It is everything about me, we.
I got you.
That is the problem we have.
Okay.
Let every man speak for his office and take responsibility for his office.
Let me
You
ask
must
you this.
not manipulate your way into your office. They help or ring election for others to go to their very office, so that whether you are working, you are not working, you will be comfortable in your place. Yeah, the reason why they are manipulating all these election results is to have comfort in their office. Nobody will speak against them. Nobody will talk about impeachment. They are there because they have the majority.
Okay. Yeah, that is correct. You are in the right direction. Like I
Thank
said,
you.
The people, the leadership is what we're talking about here. They are this is still coming back to them. You just talk about the
legislators.
In particular, if we have to focus on them alone today, that's fine, because they are those that are supposed to make laws for the country. Is that not correct? For the people to follow. Is that correct?
Yeah, they're very correct.
Okay.
Like, let me just cut in shortly here.
Right.
Like, you see most of these things that is based on the it's based on the leadership. Actually, the leadership cannot be exonerated from the mess we find ourselves today. Many people have tried this thing over and over. But let us continue to see a new narrative. By our constitution today, there is check and balances of these very arms of government. Then if the leadership, in parentheses, is corrupt, not doing their duty, is there any way to check their incompetency or corruption? Yes. But these people at the top, at the executive arms, I look at them very intelligent. They pocket our legislator, who's supposed to checkmate or to check the activities of the executive. They become an errand boy. We never asked them to go and represent us as an errand boy. Make a law that will bring not only profit or dividend of democracy. I want to see the capital of democracy. The money the child of all invested in it, what a return for it. By bringing up good water, good road, light. Since independence, we've been hearing of a light. Do we have the light today?
No.
Bottleneck. You hear about road. Do we have the road today? No. So there are means to check the excesses of one another. But this thing is not in place. And the thing is now biting hard on the common man. That, as the saying goes, that an angry man is an angry man anywhere he goes. A man that have not eaten for some time, how do you expect that fellow to have a balanced mental ability?
Right.
How? He can't reason well.
No.
But if any person now just spread out the hand of a loaf of bread,
that's correct.
He starts chasing.
Yeah.
Hoping for a daily bread.
Yeah.
That's why sometimes when I see some people giving arm or help to others, especially the very politician, I look at them and I shake my head. I say, that is your entitlement. That is your entitlement. Somebody is giving you your weight and you are thanking him. For what? The consistency project they collect. Where is the consistency project? They will come and do one borehole. You now say, hallelujah. And the money has stuffed in. You can, one cannot count it. Or if you are to carry it on your head, you can't carry it. A part of that money is yours. I think Nigeria, with a dual election, we have just woken up. We pray to have a repeat of a dual election in many states of the Federation. Once that happens, the leaders, those that have led us before, those that are leading now, will not have place to hide. Yeah.
Okay.
Thank you.
Now, thank you so much for that. The people that he's talking about now, how do we put them? You said checks and balances. I know about that. Who are we going to check and who are we going to balance in this case? Because those that you are about to check, they are corrupt also. They are corrupt. So how does it work? How does it work? It's amazing, because most especially the judiciary, which is supposed to be the hope of the common man. That's the last hope of the common man. Anybody that is oppressed by either the legislature or the executive, guess what? Their hope lies on the judiciary.
Yeah.
So, but a situation where people already lost hope in them, they already lost hope in them, and they are not, they are not, uh, you know, there for the people. They cannot defend the people. So they cannot defend the people. So, where are we? So the system is not working. It is not working. So basically, if the people, I mean the judiciary fails, that's the end of it all. That means we do not have a system. Like you said earlier, that Nigeria is getting near to a failed state. It is, I mean, that's the failure we are discussing about here. It's not even near. We are already there. We are already there. Where people who are oppressed have no hope. They do not have hope, right? So that means the system is already failed. I can tell you, Mr. Ignoya,
Yeah.
I mean,
thank you. Yeah.
Think about that.
Yeah, I think I cleverly used that word tasted, in that today the Nigeria flag still flies high any part within the territory of Nigeria, and even in Nigeria missions overseas. So the flag flies high anywhere. So we still see that it is still in Nigeria, and no name has been given to a section of it. Maybe if we carve out a place out of Nigeria, which means it's no longer in Nigeria again because a part of it has been removed. No, we still have the totality of the landmark together. The flag flies. That's why there are pockets of violence here and there. Sometimes it is normal. But based on the services they are rendering and the value they place on the citizenry of Nigeria, for that reason, it is near pasty, because the people who they supposed to govern, who they supposed to respond to their needs at any time of the day, they don't do that, and that people are no longer interested in their affair. Do you know what it costs to encourage high percentage of Nigeria populace to go out and vote on a voting day? If we say, this thing, I not go vote. If I vote self, they no go count am. They don't write am. If a farmer in the village can say that, what about some little light we have in town and the suburb? Yeah, they know this thing. If you look at in my introductory aspect, I said in Nigeria, most persons have a part to have played a part in Nigeria's present situation. I started with the family, which I describe as a building block of a nation. Then how do we see families today? The corruption we are talking about now starts right there from the singular nuclear family. A family where you have a husband and wife and the children. Do you know people who have the propensity to deceive or derail others are easily derailed? Most of them, they are only waiting to go and do one fraud the other. That is why you see them clapping hallelujah, so that they can get a turn to enter the system and go and loot. Not that they are too honest or too holy that they want to deliver the good, the really for the people. The few ones that are doing it today, they are seen as a public enemy within the cabal. You want to change the whole system. You want to say you are the one that is good now. We bad. Only very few with human heart, or no, I won't say human heart because human is imperfect, with godly heart that is talking about delivering service to the people. There are a lot of things one might be thinking that this thing is not possible. But by the time you now see it, it is possible. Like what we are seeing in Benin City today with light in some quarter, having light 24 hours. Maybe in the next 10 years, it is possible to have light stable in Nigeria. And you will see what that thing will now provide. The people now, they have identified some people that are good in governance. That is why they say anywhere you go, we follow. They are no longer interested. Their donation, I want to narrow this one to Edo people. They are no longer interested about the party formative. They are now interested about the person. That is what we are just seeing. Then the judiciary you mentioned of, I think the judiciary is closer to the people than any ounce of government. That is why it is said every man is equal before the law.
Okay.
And it is the hope of a common man. By the time maybe your representative, hello?
I can hear you. Go ahead.
Yeah, maybe the representative is not working. By constitution, you can do a recall. Call him back home because of inefficiency. But if you institute that in Nigeria, the court will never allow it to see the light of the day. Cases in court are delayed more than 4 years, and the office is just 4 years. So on the outside, we're seeing that the judiciary has been added to the corrupt line of the executive. The way they pocket the legislator, they have equally pocket the judiciary. Okay. That is why it is very difficult today in Nigeria to get a fair judgment. Have you seen any person that, let me look for a rainy language now, that embezzle billions of naira sent to jail? No. But a burglar that stole 500 naira with a pot of soup will be sentenced to 3 months imprisonment. Yeah. That is the life we're living. The justice now is not for everybody. It's for those who have the money to buy it. Justice are being marketed like any other commodity. But one thing is, in Nigeria, any mistake they are doing today, and they have started receiving the bad end of it. Time will come, a lawyer, not time will come, some time ago, I heard over social media, a lawyer was beaten up. He has no place to cry to. A judge will be beaten up. He has no place to cry to. The army officer who embezzled the money, give it to them to buy arms. We see how Boko Haram are rubbish them. They cannot even fight Boko Haram. Boko Haram is supposed to be an ordinary military group without a kind of a formal training. But they want to raise a whole Nigeria army because they don't have the weapon. They have the technology, they have the power, they don't have the know-how. Where is the arms to do the job? The money made for it has been, it's not in one person's pocket. We have of the arms saga, the plane that was intercepted in South Africa.
Right.
Today, they are paying for it. The police, they are paying for it. Look at the police uniform, tattered. Yeah. So it will, like the demonstration they had last time, it was a near collapse of the country. The executive, they were not seeing the street again. They cannot even come out to come and talk to the people. It is only a place where the people have good government. You see the executive arm coming to talk. I watched our deputy governor, Phyllis Shabi, addressing the protester. Other places, you will never see the executive because their mind was telling them that they were the prime target. And which maybe it was not far from that. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much, Mr. Igunawa here.
Thank you, brother.
If you are just tuning in, we are still here on the Jobran Idele-Ero show, happening live on Facebook, and we'll be streaming it all as well on YouTube. We have the WhatsApp number for you to call to join and be part of this discussion, so that in case you have any question or you have anything to contribute, you can go ahead and call that number on your screen. And then myself and Mr. Igunawa will be here to answer the questions, or probably add to your own contribution, either to attest to it or to, let's be objective here, whatever it is, just be part of the discussion. Please give us a call on 214-229-7475. If you are calling within the US and Canada, you do not have to add +1 or a 001. But if you're calling from outside of the United States and Canada, please call +1 214-229-7475. Or on the other hand, you can use the 00. That's 001-214-229-7475. Don't forget to subscribe to our YouTube channel. We are also live streaming on the YouTube, and it is www.youtube.com and / user, USER / Joe-Ero 100. I repeat that again, is youtube.com /user Joe-Ero, that's Joeero 100. That's our YouTube channel. It's right here on your screen. Take a look at it and go in there and subscribe to us. You can always you are not missing anything. Whatever you miss out today, you have the opportunity to go back either to the Idele-Ero show on Facebook. We have a channel right there now, or you go to YouTube and don't forget to subscribe to the channel that you are looking at on your screen. All right, so we are still moving forward. We are progressing. Mr. Agunoya, thank you for all that you have said so far. But we are still here. We are not going away. We are waiting for others to contribute to the program. But in the meantime, I'm going to take you on this one. Let me say we're going to analyze this one by one. We have talked about them all in general terms, but I'm going to task you on what you said about the legislature, for example, talk about the budget party and the constituency funds. So, but if you look at it, of the two, I think it is in the constitution about the budget, the constituency money, which is an error. It's an error, in my opinion. And the budget party is illegal. So look at those two things. Of all the money, upon all the money they are getting, the fabulous pay, and allowances that they get, they still want to do a budget party, and the constituency money goes straight to their pocket. That is what is killing us in this country. That's outrageous. That is outrageous. I know a couple of times aspired to become a legislator in Nigeria, particularly in my state, actually, I wanted to be in the state legislature because, the rest is history, so I don't want to go into all that. But for people who were opportuned or privileged to be there, and they are doing budget padding, taking the constituency money, but to me, that's a disservice. That's a disservice to the people. That's irresponsibility on the part of those people because they are there to serve the people. And if what was supposed to be, to the people, now you are taking into your own pocket, So that don't make sense no more. You are no longer serving the people. You're serving yourself, which is not proper, So let us take that, case by case.
Okay.
The constituency money. Do you think it is ideal for such money to be given to the legislature, right? To put in their own pocket? That money is supposed to be something that, people who suggested it or who brought the idea probably did well, but not to go into the hands of the legislators, So basically, the lawmakers, it's supposed to go direct with the word alone, constituency money. It's supposed to go directly to the people, to the constituents, So why does it have to end up in the pockets of the legislators or the lawmakers?
Okay, thank you, brothers. Once again, I want to salute our listeners and viewers globally. Budget padding and constituency projects allocations is an agreement between the executive and the legislator for the give and take project they have at hand outside Nigeria. Because this thing does not affect a comma. The legislator, it's like when you see somebody stealing, You have caught him red-handed. Say you want to blow the trumpet. You say, please, please, okay, you have this, not to talk. To me, that is the essence of this very consistency project allocations and budget padding. For instance, they now send in what they needed in their budget. Later, they now add to it to pad it up, to make it look fat. But the people that is going to give out this money will never say, why is it like this? Because every year, go and look at what they spent in buying gas cooker in Aso Rock. Every budget year, go and look at what goes to the kitchen cabinet in Aso Rock. Actually, do they just change the kitchen cabinet every year?
Kitchen cabinet.
Do they just change it? If at all now made, let me use this language. If at all now made in China, you know they would last 1 year before the brand new one. At the beginning, kitchen cabinet, and that is enough to take care of your local government. Then the legislator, they need their own court. It will come in form of budget, National Assembly padding. And that one does not go round based on their number. They now, okay, let us share it like the way they used to share meat in the village gathering consistency project, because any of that that is there is from a consistency. That is the only way they can get a fair share of it. Consistency project every year. If you add this money to what is going to the local government allocation, don't you think it will go closer to the people? Because one, they want to return back to the chamber.
Right.
Then they are looking for a way to steal money, make wet, or amass wet, and again, so that they can ring election to come back. Then close to election period, they will go and buy this Accra, the one, the cloth they used to do burial, and share it.
That is where the blame comes to the people. That is where the blame comes to the people, you know?
I will speak on that.
Yes.
Yeah, I will speak on that.
Okay.
Then, by the time they now do this, they now say they have won the heart of the people. But sometimes they have not really won the heart of the people. If they feel they can, they have performed, why not go for a free and fair election? Why should you call in boys that can do from here and go there into an election? Go with your clean name and run for election. If you win, don't say thank God. Because you have served well, you have a good name, that is why you win. But for us in Nigeria, everything is a thank God. Those that ring election will say thank God because they are there. Our God will never hear that. Oh. That is the problem they're having. God will never hear that thank you. Go there and do a free and fair election. If you win, good. The people want you. That is the will of the people. And there's a common saying that the voice of man are voice of God. So when the people want you, it's like God wants you. But most of them you are seeing there, they are not like that. They are there by hook or by crook. Just to maintain their social status.
Got you.
Yeah. For the people who will accept anything, I think we mentioned earlier that a hungry man A hungry man is an
An
angry
angry man is
man.
an angry man.
So they have their own fault. What most persons today in Nigeria really lack is self-esteem, self-dignity, self-respect. Many people have lost that. Right from a common man to the most educated person you have in Nigeria. Like the new narrative today is people without primary six certificate. Then a university professor will now ring a lecture for them to come and govern them or
That
to
is
come
so
and preside
shameful.
over them.
That's the most shameful thing I've ever seen. You know, that
Then
means
how will you talk about my roadside mechanic organizer? If a professor can descend to the dust level and behave stupidly like this, what do you expect of our brother who never had opportunity to go through the primary, secondary, and the university? A man that have gone through these citadels of learning and become an advocate of learning in his own field and capacity will now still follow, collect a good year, sell his personality, and suggest himself to a pamaracist, someone without pamaracist, to come and dictate to him what to do and what not. Since we have this our democracy since 1999, with the return of democracy since 1999, we'll be very fortunate to have a professor as the aim of the electoral office. To a country like Nigeria, it's a blessed nation. But most of the election conducted by professor, which one has been tagged a free and fair? When you see a professor, after doing manipulating, they cannot even read what they have written with their own handwriting. Then you talk about sister. I think we will have time to talk about sister today because the system is rotten, smelling.
okay.
Yeah, we will talk about sister today.
So you think that is a wide topic that we need to bring again?
It is the sister that has collapsed, rotten, that there is no orderliness. There is no way of doing things. If you go to any office, say you want to do state of origin or local government of origin, the messenger in the office will expect you to give him or her 500 naira to carry your file to the secretary of the local government table to sign. If you not give her,
that means it's about time for us to go digital, you know, because if it was a digital system,
if you not give her, I don't have a good English for that place, which means you go come the next day. Yes. If you refuse to give her that 500 naira, you have to go home and come back the next day. If you work or if you're a farmer, you will not go to farm for 2 days. Your transport cost to go from your village to the headquarters. And sometimes in my local government, there's a place you have to pay more than 1,000 naira from your village to the local government headquarters. Then
why they have to be that that obstruction, that obstacle? Why?
Because the system is not working. The system is not working.
Who controls the system?
I think in ideal situation, a system is supposed to be controlled by every one of us. Everybody is in a system. a step-by-step of doing things. It's a system, a procedure. But by the time the procedure is no longer respected, it's no longer honored, then it collapses. Someone who's supposed to be on seat at his place of work by 8 o'clock, he will be coming to job 12 o'clock. There's no system to tell the people that this person is not there. And by the time he comes in by 12 o'clock, and you see people will run after, welcome, sir, welcome, sir. He will always sign to and go away.
All right, a question to you right there. Is that the way?
Yeah.
Is that the way it is practiced where you are in the civilized setting? Is that the way?
I'm fortunate to live in one of the G7 countries in the world.
Okay.
They call themselves the Great 7 countries of the world. And I know that you live in one of the G7. What made them G7 is the people. People first. People has the power. And the people, they have what they are doing. Here now, today, everything is an appointment. Appointment is just by time. I wrote one exam this month. The time for my exam was 9:40 in the morning. There are others who have their own 11 o'clock. Someone have their own, some people have their own 9 o'clock. When we get there, those that have their own 9 o'clock, they just call their names, they're waiting. When somebody said that, excuse me, he's writing the exam to say when 11:30. He said, okay, look at your time. What's the time there? 9 o'clock. You are 9 o'clock. You are already there when you have your 11:30, 11:40. They will never say, okay, because you have something doing or you know somebody on top of this and this, then join them. No. The system works for everybody. We live in an egalitarian society where they treat everybody equally, irrespective of your color and your age and your social status.
Right.
That is what the rule of the law means. If you are abused by the system, you can now take the case to court. But like if you are in the supermarket here, you want to pay. The queue is here. Nobody will tell you, join the queue. Nobody will tell you. It's a culture. The system is working for everybody. But in Nigeria, we see somebody, people will be making way for him to pass. If you refuse to give him way, with me, you are a bad man. Whereas you are the good one, but people will tag you as a bad one.
Oh my God. Okay. Now, Mr. Ignoaya, I really appreciate your presence.
Thank you, sir.
Today. I appreciate your presence here today, and
thank you.
I cannot thank you enough because you have made immense contribution to this program, especially for the topic of the day. So, and we are still here. We are not living here. We still have quite a little bit of time, and I'm going to open up the line for for those who are watching us, those who are listening to the program, wherever you are. We want you to give us a call and make your contribution. Suggest a way forward for the progress of Nigeria. Let us begin with our state, Edo State. For example, we are glad, like Mr. Ignoya rightly said at the beginning of this program, that now we have a very good system in place. That means the election that was held in Edo State for the governorship election, that's what I'm talking about, that was held on the 19th of September, 2020, it has changed a lot of things in the politics of Nigeria. Now, the cabals, I want to say the cabals this time, let's say the Godfathers has been defeated that election shows that we can do it. It was the election, that was determined by the people. There was not a particular set of people as it used to happen, or some particular person that would determine the outcome of election. So that election that happened in those states has now proven that we can do it. And we are expecting that this thing is going to spread across other states in Nigeria, across the whole nation. That the next election that is going to happen, because Edo State was a spectacular case, because it was not like a general election because of what happened in the past, because of the court cases that brought the election of the former governor. So that's the reason why the governorship election in the Edo State is kind of done separately from the general election. So we are hoping that this one is going to spread. Now it's a new dawn in Nigeria. What happened in Edo State, that the people are supposed to be the ones that determine the outcome of election, regardless of what the other parties do or something. So we are happy that has happened, and we want that trend to continue. So, Mr. Igunawaya, I thank you again for being with me here. Now on the electoral process, I'm going to ask you this. We know we'll be talking about electoral reforms and all that stuff in that country, but I think there is the pace at which that is going is not too encouraging. I'm not surprised, because the legislators themselves, who are supposed to effect these things, are themselves, into they are, engulfed with the whole thing, that particular word, corruption. So they know that if they do it, it's going to favor the people, not them anymore. So that's another issue. But we just hope that one day, someday, we go on the positive side. So now on the election, Mr. Ibinowa here, that
yes,
will come, let's say generally, in that country, because it's part of fixing the system, because if the election go wrong and the wrong people are, selected, I wouldn't say elected, because most times they select themselves and recycle themselves into the system. Well, if the wrong people continue to be there, obviously we have nowhere to go, because you know what it is. The definition of insanity is that when you continue to do what it over and over and over again, expecting a different result, you can never get it. It's not possible. So that is the reason why we should try as much as possible to embrace and encourage that electoral reforms in Nigeria. So can you speak just a little bit on what you think, or how you think the future elections should be organized in Nigeria?
Okay. Thank you, brother. This is another very, very interesting area. Before I really dive into the electionary process and the election results, let me say something about the Edo Nation and the immediate past governorship election we had in Edo State. Edo as a nation, some of us had the opportunity to do GNG in high school. We were told that when God created the world, He created it through the Edo Nation. And He gave Edo a leader, which the Edo Nation, Edo and Edo man and Edo woman regarded as a representative of God on earth, which is the Oba of Benin. Osano Giver, Enonema.
Oba Tokpe.
It's so with that, we have what other people, other tribes, what they don't have. And we are very proud of it. Then again, Edo has been able to save Nigeria in many, many occasions. The way we were under colonization, It was an Edo man who raised or who calls for independence, and we had it. When the Civil War was about to tear the nation apart, it was Edo person, let me use that word now for identity reason, who saved the who saved the Nigerian nation today as one nation. Then when we feel oppressed after independence, we call for a referendum, and the Midwestern state, which is the call of Edo nation, was created. Other parts of Nigeria, they are looking up to Edo State for leadership. From the system of our traditional administration, it is welcome and jealous all over the world. When the present Oba of Benin ascended the throne, he came up with, it's not a law now, it's not a decree, but a kind of rule of this very human trafficking. This human trafficking is what most governments in the world, from United Nations to local government, they have been fighting, but they've not been able to do anything tangibly. But when he came up and raised cost on it, we felt it all over the world. That thing stopped. With the CDA that was destroying the property and hindering the development of the state, he came up with it and the proper solution. That thing has been copied all over Nigeria today. Even an Igbo man told me that is what they are now doing in their place.
Wow.
So a donation, we are providing leadership for Nigeria. It is like if you don't try it in Edo, you can't try it anywhere. The election held on the 19th of September has given hope to Nigerians again. If Edo people do it, they succeed, we go fit do one. Obaseki and Akeredolu, the governor of those states, we are on the same page. The Kaba in APC never wanted them to come back. Obaseki case came up first, and it was used as an acid test. The only way to prevent him from winning that election, they thought, was to disqualify him. He left the party as they demanded. He contested under another platform, and he won. The Akeredolu in Ondo, they never wanted. He won.
So technically, you are saying that Edo State, no wonder they say Edo State is the heartbeat of Nigeria. That means everything, every good thing basically begins with Edo State. I'm happy to hear that. That's a good one.
Yeah.
And that's a good credit to our state. And again, we are giving it up to our governor, our able governor, the pace setter, governor, the performing governor, His Excellency Godwin Nogerase Etwa Obaseki. The whole world is watching him. The man is doing, tremendously well, and is performing well. Even though people, some those who classify themselves as enemies, those who are the wannabes, the father and the emperors, they can never stop him. and we're going to continue to be behind him in prayer so that he will succeed in his governorship of that state, delivering good governance to the people, which is determined to do. We hope that nobody will obstruct his ability to do that. Mr. Igunawaya, I thank you so much for coming today. We have said before, we have, out of the development of this discussion today, there are a whole lot of wider topic that we need to discuss more about. This is about building the nation, Nigeria, that has been morally bankrupt, and on the development side, we don't see anything to write home about Nigeria. So that means there's a lot of things to talk about for the people to hear, and the people to join hands together, in finding the lasting solution to this prevailing problem of Nigeria, so we can move that nation forward. Okay, so I really appreciate you.
Thank you.
The people watching, so people have complained that they are not hearing us, but I know that this recorded version of it is loud and clear. You can hear me very clearly, and I can hear you clearly. So basically, we're going to have to put that out for the people to see at the end of the day. But again, probably that's the reason why they were unable to call us, even though the number to call is on the screen. We were expecting them to give us a call. This program does not last forever. We're about to round up now. I know that we have a lot to say. You have a lot more to talk about. So we always come back again. We have another opportunity to come to the Joe Brown Idele-Ero show and share our opinion with the people and air our opinion. So, Mr. Gunawaya, I'm going to call you to give us the last word. That means to close, give us the closed caption here. So, generally, of all that we have discussed today, what is your last word to the people?
Okay. Men and women outside there, I greet you once again. I'm very, very happy with the formation of this very media venture of Dr. Joe Brown-Ero. I think the essence of social media like this is for interaction, to educate the people. Quite different from how some of our brothers and sisters are doing it, using it as a forum to pass insultive or insolent words at others. Then we should be able to come together like this, listen to ourselves, reason together, so that we have to think how to put our state forward. We cannot just do it alone. We continue to do it in group, together. We will arrive. I think I have to thank you, Dr. Ero, for this very area, because you are trying to develop human capacity. I think that is the best asset to have or to invest in. When you build human capacity, you are building a very, very vibrant, strong, and solid society. People might choose other areas, but you need human who knows what is right and what is wrong. And that is the meaning of a Benin nation. When God created the Benin nation, he gave us the wisdom to know what is right and what is wrong. That is why the Benin never gathered to deliberate on issue, but they have the same thinking. In Benin translation, yes, because the wisdom to know what is right and what is wrong, God has given it to us. That is why the access with the Benin nation has is the Oba. Any matured man or woman, it is named after the Oba. Okweoba, Okwoba. That is to tell you how it is placed. Grown up to take responsibility. So thank you, brother, for having me. And I'm looking forward to be here again with you. Thank you.
Thank you so very much, Mr. Igunowaya. Look, I really want to say, first of all, I should have said that at the beginning to compliment you. Look, you're dressing out there today. Your outfit, it is outstanding. You know, I mean,
Thank you. Thank you.
Your dressing. I wish I can. You can have a duplicate of that for me. You know, I love your dressing today.
Yes.
But
we have it here. Italian suit. We have
that's
it here.
beautiful. Thank you so much. And then
Thank
again,
you. It's a pleasure.
everything that you have said today, a lot of people will hear it, they will listen to it, they will hear it, and then probably they will respond to us in this platform. Like you said, actually, this platform, I created it. It's not a platform to castigate anybody. It's not a platform to talk down on anybody. It's a platform like you just analyze it for us to build a human capacity in that country for the development of our country, for the progress of our country. I started with our state, Edo State, but I'm spreading my hands all over the nation, Nigeria, because there is a lot of things that is wrong. We need to talk about it. We need more people to come to this forum and discuss and speak out. And there is no harm. Don't be scared. If I invite you, if you are sent an invite to join this program, please try as much as possible to make time available so that you can be part of it. We are all involved. It's our country. We have no other place to go. Even though most of us are in the diaspora, so we need to find a way to figure out how to, fix the problems of our country. Those of us in the diaspora, we did come by choice. No, it wasn't by choice. Many people, could no longer handle it in that country. They have to look for a greener pasture. Whereas we have the grass is very green in our nation.
Over there.
Yeah, the grass is very green. Unfortunately, it has been always bad leadership. Bad leadership. Bad leadership.
I can probably tell you that I read agri-science in the university. So I know what it is to have a greener pasture. We have it over there. We have it over there. The enabling environment is the missing point. Though it's like the segment is already ended. But I just want to say this. If you look at the number of tractors the state and the federal government have procured for farmers, how many of those tractors have really gotten to the hand of the farmer?
So that's the point. So basically, ladies and gentlemen, that's where we're going to draw the curtain today. Mr. Igunowaya, don't forget, this program is open. Whenever you get a chance, I understand your schedule that mostly when you can only have the chance to join on the Saturday.
On Saturday.
What schedule? I remember that. So otherwise, this program is on every Wednesday and Saturday. Wednesday and Saturday is the same time. If you are in the US or Canada, it begins at 11:30 a.m. Central Time. And if you are in the UK, it is 5:30 p.m. And then if you are in Nigeria, it is 6:30 p.m. I really appreciate Mr. Igunowaya today. You are somebody. Now, it is something people need to learn, to keep the time. You were right on time. You never delayed. You never missed the time. And you've been here together with me. And we have carried the discussion this far to this point that we are running up. So I really appreciate you. I want people to
thank you, sir. Thank you, sir. I'm happy to be a part of this very program.
Yes, God bless you. So I will see you again. I know it's not going to be Wednesday.
Saturday, I'm always available.
Thank you so much.
Yeah, I don't work on weekend.
And for you all out there, let us continue to be our brother's keeper to make the society a better place for us to live in. That's my word for you today. And I wish you a Merry Christmas and Happy New Year in advance. I will see you next Wednesday for another edition of the Idele-Ero show. Bye-bye, everybody.
Hi, thank you.
Yeah. I'm going to play this music once again. Omego, the music of Omego. You know, that's what we begin with today, and I'm still playing it for you to end the program.